Hi superstars, Mark Graham here. Welcome to my Headstands for Days online class where I'm going to teach you guys the basics of headstands. Now before you get started, make sure you've got some water, a nice clear space to work in, and if you're working on a particularly hard floor, a nice soft pillow that's quite thin just to protect your noggin a little bit. Okay team? Now, if you have any neck or back problems, I don't recommend you participate in this class because headstands, of course, put a lot of pressure on the neck. And then, yeah, other than that, we should be ready to go. So, before we get started, we're going to have a quick stretch and a warm-up, starting first with our necks. So we're going to look to the left and to the right. To the left and to the right. And we'll go looking down and looking up. Looking down and looking up. From here, one arm over the head, pulling the ear to the shoulder, feeling that nice stretch along the back of the neck, the side of the neck. And then bring that nose down towards the armpit, using the weight of the arm to pull the head down, stretching out that neck. Excellent. Let's go to the other side, pulling your head down just with the weight of your arm. Ear to shoulder, and then nose to armpit, holding down. Wonderful work. We're going to stretch out our glutes as well today. So, sit on your bottle, your feet up in a push-up, sit-up position. Cross one leg over, push the knee out, place the bum on the floor, and then pull the face or the head forward towards the knees, if you can, for a nice deep groin stretch. And we'll swap over to the other side. Push the knee out, place the bum on the floor, pushing forwards. Alright team. We're just going to use our wrists a lot today, so interlock your fingers and we're going to stretch out our wrists, making some waves or some spaghetti. Try going the other way. And we also have some meatballs, so rolling the wrist through and finishing off with some cheese. Excellent. Alrighty, so a really important part about doing any kind of balance is having good body tension. Body tension means having an energy through your muscles so that you're not loosey-goosey. So for example, if you're just kind of standing here with really loose arms and no energy going through your limbs, it's going to be really hard to hold a balance. So you want to think about having a nice tight form. So you squeeze the legs together, you squeeze the glutes, pull the tummy in, and while we're standing, you can pull your arms in nice and tight to display some body tension. Now, of course, you don't need to think about holding really tight and firm and, you can probably pull a muscle doing this. You just want to have a bit of body tension going through the body. Okay, so don't go too hardcore with that. We're going to practice our body tension on the floor very quickly. I'm just going to adjust the camera. So, what I'd like you to do is sit back in that sit-up position, pull your tummy in, grabbing onto your legs, pulling into a tight ball, feet off the ground. From here, make sure your tummy's pulling in, squeeze your glutes, put your arms up in front, keep your legs together, pushing them together slightly and extend out into a dish. Keep your shoulders nice and high, pull back in and squeeze back to a tuck, okay? Now if your feet come apart in that shape or your back arch, so your belly protruded forwards, you want to think about pulling your tummy in and keeping your legs together by squeezing your glutes, squeezing your quads, and your calves and your feet together. Let's try again. Arms out, suck the tummy in, squeeze the glutes, extending out, and pulling back in. Cool, cool, cool. And our last exercise for our warm-up, we're just going to go into a cat position. So cat position, you want to have a straight line from your shoulder to your hands, from your hip to your knee. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that a single, almost like a puppet string, coming out of your wrist is pulling your wrist up, keeping your 5 fingers on the ground, and then relaxing it down. It's called a wrist push-up. Pulling yourself up and down, up and down. I might just come a bit closer. Do 10 of those if you know what I'm talking about already. Otherwise, imagine I'm still in that position. So I'm up like this. You're lifting up and lifting down. Lifting up and lifting down. Just trying to move and lift the wrist up. So do 10 of those for me. Cool beans. Alright. So let's get started with the headstand. The most important thing to remember at the headstand is it's very important where you put your weight. So while the majority of your weight will be going through your head, the trick is to make sure there's a bunch of it going through your hands as well. So we talk a lot about the triangle position for the headstand. The idea is, say before me is the floor, just here is where I'm going to be putting my head down, and below it and to the side is where my hands need to be, and then that puts my arms into a right angle position. That's a nice strong platform to base your headstands on. So yeah, it's really, really good. We're going to practice that first. So if you have a really hard floor, put your pillow down on the ground. Go into a cat position. From here, you're going to bend your arms, place your forehead on the ground, and then roll onto the top of your head. Okay? Now, while you're in this position, you should see that your head and hands make a triangle shape on the floor. Someone wants to draw a line from your hands to your head, and then from your head to your other hand, then hand to hand, it would become a triangle. Okay? So first things first, we're just going to go into a downwards dog headstand. So you're going to keep your feet on the ground the whole time. We're just going to hold up for 10 seconds just to get used to having weight on our heads. So, place the head on the ground, rolling over a little bit, lift the bum up, walk the feet in, try to get the bum above the head into this position, push down through your hands for 10. So the idea is you're pushing down through your hands, you feel the weight through your head, and relax. We'll do that one more time, because I realised I kind of just made you guys jump right into that. We'll go again, same shape I just did then, holding for 10 seconds. Alright, here we go. Place the head on the ground, rolling over a little bit, straighten the knees, walk the feet in for 10. Pushing the hands down into the floor, look at the bend in your elbows. Is it near a right angle? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, team. You might want to stand up and maybe just stretch out the neck a little bit. Stretch it to the side. Stretch it to the side. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. Okay, team. So that's kind of like the warm-up. If your neck's still feeling good, we're going to move on. This next exercise, if you've done my handstand classes, you've probably done a similar exercise. We're going to do a headstand in L shape. So, you're going to want a couch or a immovable stool or chair, something similar like that. I'm just going to use this. So if you imagine a couch, it's probably only going to be about knee height anyway, so you want it to be kind of in this position. So a couch, a coffee table, anything that you know will hold your weight and it's not going to move. I've taken my pillow away. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up into our downward dog headstand and then try and put our feet up onto the object, okay? So it'll take a bit of playing around with because everyone's objects will be slightly different, but yeah, let's give it a go. We're going to try and hold for 10 seconds. I'll give you an example first and then we'll all give it a go together. So I have my, pillow's gone wonky. Lifting up to my downward dog position, lifting one leg up, other leg up, and here I'm just going to hold. It's a great chance for me to see what position my arms are in. They want to be close to a 90-degree angle. I'll try and get my bum up above my head, squeeze my legs together, put my tummy in, and I can come down nice and easy. Yeah, to me, honestly, that's such a great exercise to build up the strength in the headstand. So yeah, we're going to all do it together twice for 10 seconds. Okay, team? So some of you might have to kind of start in a bit of an awkward position, don't know what you'll do with your feet depending on what your object is like. Head on the ground, lifting up, one foot up, other foot up, make sure your head and hands are in a triangle, hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 is your bum up and over your head, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Alright, coming down, checking in with your neck and your head. And here's when you have to make a decision. Is this where you should stop, or is this where you should stay, or can you progress after this? Yeah, so if this is where you should stay, this might be your headstand for a couple of weeks, or for the foreseeable future. If you're happy to move on, we will as well. So we're going to do one more time though. My cushion's gone a bit funny from having all that weight in it. I'm going to hold for another 10 seconds. Alright, crew, so I'm walking up. Let's all go together, putting one foot on and pushing up in 3, 2, 1 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Woo! Alright, superstars, good job. Oh, headstands do give you a bit of a workout. This might be a good chance to grab some water now, pause the video, all that jazz. If your neck's getting tight, grab a heat pack and heat up that neck. Or if you like, this might be where you want to stop. Maybe just do 2 more of those if you feel like it, and then stop. Otherwise, we'll progress on to the next exercise, which is going to be a headstand. So we're going to be doing a headstand kind of like in a dead bug position almost. So the idea is this time, from our downward dog headstand on the floor, we'll be putting one knee onto one elbow and one knee onto the other, and just holding that position there. Now for some of you, this is probably going to be the final position for you today. The idea is you want to be able to hold that position for at least 10 seconds easily without falling down ever before you move on to the next exercise. So yeah, let's give it a go. I'll show you first and then we can do it together. From my cat position, place the head on the ground, rolling forward, lift the bum up. From here, I bring my right leg up, point my toes, I push my knee into my tricep, pushing the weight through my hands, and then lifting off and holding myself up in this tuck position. Now, once you put that first knee on, you want to actively start pushing your hands into the floor. It'll take the weight off your neck, okay? Let's do it all together. Good luck. If you start to fall over, make sure to curl the back. Don't arch, because if you curl the back, you'll roll out of it. Make sure there's nothing that you're going to hit. I should be fine. I'm not going to hit our wonderful Kate up in the air just next to me. Let's do it all together. So, hands on the floor, pulling the bottom up. Now just listen to my voice and you can do it yourself. Putting one knee onto the tricep, other knee on as well, and we're holding for 10. Pushing the hands down through the floor. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shake out that hair if you need to. I always find it a little bit uncomfortable. More on my hair than my neck. Cool, hopefully that worked really well for you guys. If you had trouble, all I can really suggest is make sure you've got that triangle down. You've got a nice triangle and you're also pushing down through your hands. If you're having trouble getting your bum up high enough to get your knees onto your tricep, you need to think more about pulling and compressing your tummy in. Even if you have a big belly, you can still try and pull it in so you can get your bum up nice and high. Okay? It helps too if you really walk those feet in quite close in the downwards dog headstand before you move on. Let's do that position one more time and then we'll move on. So, bum above the head, pushing down to the hands as you put the one knee on, other knee on for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Good job, team. Have a break, have some water, all that jazz. I'll explain to you the next exercise. Remember, guys, it may be time to stop, especially if you're having any neck pain. If you're feeling good though, let's continue on. We're going to do a tuck shape in the headstand without our knees on our knees on our triceps. There we go. I'll show you. So the idea here is, it's all about that balance now between my head and my hands. I go into my knee on tricep headstand and I'm going to lift up into a tuck. I'll show you. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about lifting my bum up and then closing my knees into this nice tight tuck position. This is where the balancing really starts. So make sure you're using those hands as well. To come down, I'm going to place the feet on the floor. Okay, superstars, so we'll do it all together, twice, 10 seconds each. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions today, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Alright, superstars, let's do it. Head on the ground, bum in the air, one foot on the tricep, other foot on the tricep, and then lift the bum and squeeze the legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. How did that go? Yeah, some of you might be loving it, some of you might be getting a bit tight. Check out the next if you need to. And in a moment we're going to go again for another 10 seconds. After this, I'm going to teach you just the nice straight handstand. And then afterwards I'll show you some variations that you can give a go in your own time if you feel safe. Okay? Let's go one more time, that tuck headstand. If you want to, you can bypass the knee on tricep headstand, or you can pass straight through, it's up to you. Alright, in 5 seconds I'll start counting our headstand time, so getting into position, climbing up, all that jazz. And holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Alright, so we got all the way up now into the straight leg headstand. Essentially, team, you just need to remember that body tension, nice tight body, squeezing the legs together. From the tuck shape, just think about pushing your feet up to the roof. It's also really good to film yourself in this exercise so you can see if you're actually in a straight position, if you're in a triangle position with your head and hands, and you'll be able to see what your balance is like, okay? So I'll do it once and then we can all do it together. So from our tuck position, lift, feet up in the air, squeeze everything together and hold here. Alright? So we'll do it all together. Sorry, I was getting something in my eye. Oh. Okay, let's go. So, passing through whatever headstand you need to get to the tuck shape. And then think about lifting up through those feet, holding for 10, 9, squeeze the glutes, pull the tummy in, squeeze the toes together, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down. Awesome sauce. Hopefully you guys are feeling really good about your headstand. If that's too much, go back down to just doing the tuck headstand or the knee on tricep headstand. Totally up to you. We're going to do the straight headstand one more time, and then I'm going to show you some different variations that you might want to try doing as well. Okay, so you've got 5 seconds to get up into a full headstand starting now. And we hold 4, 10. Pull the tummy in, squeeze the glutes. Are you piking forward? If you are, pull your toes back through space. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work, team. Good job. I'm going to give you some variations now. Feel free just to watch. I'll just do one headstand and pass through. And then, yeah, it'll be up for you to play and see what you can create with your headstands. And okie dokie. So, once you nail the straight headstand, it's nice to add some leg curling in, so you can practice like maybe bending the straight knee, one knee, or you can bend
and flex the feet and think about trying to walk through the air. You might also want to think about doing a split or doing a straddle position. You might want to do some cute little bobbing. It's all up to you what you reckon will be better. Yeah? There's all sorts of different shapes you can do. You could try a Giselle shape or a Giselle shape or a stag shape. You could try doing some cute swimming legs. It's really up to you. It can be really quite fun. Any of those skills you can then eventually transfer over into a handstand. Yeah? Okay team, that's it for me. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you had fun. And yeah, just keep bouncing and hopefully see you all soon. Bye everyone.